Hello YouTube. Today I'd like to discuss something that I've been thinking about in general. It's the arrogance of clergy. The kind of pompous attitude that they have, that they're the voice of God and that they're actually helping people. Yeah, they might help people. Yeah, they might have a small coffer to aid people, give them money for like car repair, eyeglasses, stuff like that. If you go to a big church, you might have this benefit. Well, if you go to a small church, close-knit group, you're not getting that benefit. Of course, you're giving them money, though. Have you even seen some of these preachers' homes? Even though they might have a small congregation, have you seen how large their homes are compared to the average member of the congregation? How nice it is. How well off these preachers are. You know, the kind of thing Jesus was. He didn't have money. He went without money. He followed his whole thing without needing money. I mean, yes, he was the power of God sort of thing, if you believed in that mythos. But he appalled money. He said it was easier for a poor man to get into heaven than it was for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. You know, but that is a whole nother story all on its own. The fact I'm trying to say is Jesus hated rich people. He preached poverty. And yet every preacher is freaking wealthy. At least well-to-do. At least they have a good life. I mean, they want for nothing. Silk shirts, suit and tie. They look good. Because they need to look good. Because they are in the public eye, right? Wrong. Jesus didn't look good. He didn't wear fine linen. He wore regular everyday clothes for the time. He didn't dress up. He didn't look nice. He didn't wear, royal robes. He was just a normal man. And yet your preachers of today, they dress up like they're some pompous, all-knowing master. And yet are they really anything but a human? Are they really anything more than just a con man getting your money? Yeah, they might pay the bills of the church. Yeah, that's all they do. But they get a lot of money from the church. A ton. They live well lives. They have 2 cars. 2 or 3 cars, most of them. How many of you out there giving money to a church have 2 cars? I know lots of you out there go to church, you might not even have 1 car. You just ride with a friend. Your car might be a beat up piece of shit. Yet you give money to the preacher every fucking Sunday. And guess what? Your preacher, he has a fucking SUV. And you know where that money comes from? It's not from God. It comes out of your pocket. How does that make you feel? And before you say, oh, that's just what Christianity has become. I'm not Christian. I'm just spiritual. Well, you're still supporting the system. You're still saying that preachers are good people. They're wise. They know the Bible. You respect them still, don't you? Why do you respect people like this? They give people false hope. They give them this idea that if they live an okay life, a good life, that preach this illogical rhetoric to other people and die in poverty, they'll get to heaven. And it'll be okay in the afterlife. Streets will be paved with gold and stuff like that. But the thing is, what if there is no afterlife? What if you're wrong? What if I'm right? What if this is all we have and we have to make the best of it? What if you're wrong? Then you led a life that is perfect shit. And when you die, you have nothing to show for it. Literally nothing. You even pushed people away that could have helped you because of your spiritual belief. Because you pushed them away. Especially if you're Mormon. Especially if you're some sort of Seventh-day Adventist. Some sort of crazy religion. It's all because of belief systems. Belief systems like this enforce the idea that you have to have a leader. Well, agnosticism and atheism forces you to believe that you are your only hope. You have to guide yourself, and you have to make your community better by yourself. Don't look for somebody else. If your senator ain't doing a good job, you talk to someone, you try and get that fixed. You write letters, do all sorts of crazy crap to get it done. But you become an activist for yourself. You control yourself, you become the master of your own destiny. A Christian, even a spiritual person, has to rely on some mythological entity that doesn't even exist to get their life better. And that does jack crap. Yeah, you might be able to pray to him, yeah, you might do this and that, but but in all reality, you're just meditating. And it's something you don't want to think about, but it's true. I just wanted to bring up the fact that as a Christian, you support preachers that take money from poor people and put it in their pocket and spend it on stuff that they don't need. Do you really think a preacher, old, maybe has a wife, doesn't have kids anymore, really needs an SUV? What does he need an SUV for? It's two people, two old people. Why do they need an SUV for? They're not carrying around all these people. They need a subcompact car. They need to cut their checks immensely. They can build a better church. They can give more money to charity. But no, they put it in their pocket. And it's because your religion has always been corrupt. It's always been this way. Just look at the Catholics. That's where it all began. The Catholic Church has really gone up. You really think Jesus would control a whole freaking Vatican that serves as a second state, its own little country? No, of course not. Jesus would hate that. He would go up to the Pope, smack him in his face, and say, "You're not my servant. Get the hell out of here. I'm going to do my own thing." Jesus should be ashamed of himself for making a religion like this. He spawned 3 different religions that span the globe, that each hate each other, cause wars, cause contention. It's these religions that cause the problems in our day-to-day life. If there was no religion, imagine a world without religion. Imagine what our world would be like without religion. Yeah, we'd have no belief in an afterlife, but you know what? Our lives now would be a hell of a lot better. A hell of a lot better. There'd be no people flying planes into buildings. There'd be no people taking money from them just to buy SUVs, even though the people they're taking money from don't even have a perfectly running good car. It's a sick system, and you, even if you say you're just spiritual, you're not religious, you believe in Christ, but you don't go to any one particular religion, you're still supporting the system. You're a part of the problem. You're a cancer, and you just don't want to admit it. So this is 6. Saying, maybe I opened some of your eyes. Maybe you Christians saw this, and maybe they said, "Oh, damn." And for the rest of you viewers out there already watching this video, I hope you had some laughs. Because honestly, isn't that what it's all about? Being entertained on YouTube? Well, I hope I did that for you. This is 6 saying until we meet again.